So now we have our tool holder blank. Now all we have to do is drill the hole for our cutting tool. This has to be exactly on center, so somehow we have to align the drill chuck with the center line of the spindle. This wouldn't be any kind of a problem on the lathe, where the tailstock is already in line with the spindle, but here on the mill we've got a little bit of work to do. We start out by mounting the drill chuck on the mill table and put in a round rod that goes straight up. Then we mount a tool made out of a copper pipe cap mounted in a piece of Delrin that goes into the Tormach collet. We also run a wire back to the CNC controller electronics so that Mach3 can get a signal when the rod makes contact. We roughly center the rod under the center finder tool and then bring down the mill head so that the rod is well inside the copper pipe cap. And now the magic begins. We start the center finding process in Mach3, and Mach starts moving the mill table slowly until it gets the signal that the center finder has contacted the rod. Then it reverses and travels in the other direction until the other edge is found. Now Mach moves to the center of those two X coordinates and begins moving this time in the Y-axis direction, front to back, and locates both of those edges. Once that's complete, Mach moves the table to the exact center coordinates, and now we have our spindle located directly over the center line of the drill chuck. Now we can begin drilling by mounting a center drill in the chuck exactly as we would do if we were using a lathe. We bring the tool holder down by lowering the Z-axis until we contact the tool holder blank and then drill a starter hole for our drill bits. Here we're going to be drilling a hole for a 3/8 inch end mill, so we're going to want to step drill it, starting with a 1/4 inch drill going the full depth of the hole. You're going to want to use plenty of cutting oil here and back out and clear the chips several times until you reach final depth. Then we mount the next size drill in the chuck and enlarge the hole. You can see that this cuts a lot faster since we're not removing as much metal, but you still want to go slowly and back out the drill several times. We repeat this process with all of our incremental drill sizes until we get to the rough hole diameter. As you probably know, drill bits don't create a perfectly round, smooth hole, so we want to drill the hole a little undersize and then finish the hole with a reamer. When it's time, we mount the reamer in the drill chuck. We want to apply plenty of cutting oil, and we also want to back down the spindle speed. Here I'm going down to about 200 RPM. We slowly feed the reamer into the blank, stopping to clear out the chips several times. In the end, we should have a perfectly round, perfectly smooth hole to mount our tool into. this case, I made the tool holder for a 3/8 inch end mill. You can see that we've got a nice smooth fit, and you might be able to hear the slight pop it makes as it comes out of the holder. That's the indication that we've got a good fit. Now the only thing to do is drill a hole for a set screw, and the holder is all done. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you'll try making your own Tormach style tool holders with your mill.